And we're live.
Oh no.
Or some semblance of living
Uh-huh.
coming to you undead. That's it. Yeah. So
That's
two
it,
disclaimers
here.
tonight. One, two of us, you can guess which two, have really raw throats tonight, and we're going to muddle through it. The second one, as always, you may enjoy what you watch and hear tonight, but you may have serious misgivings about your life afterwards. Yeah, just throwing that out there. Chuck,
Hey.
got anything?
Nah, I'm good to go.
Okay, well, we're going to get back to our Weird Frontiers, our horror Western game tonight. Let's go right into it. Chuck, who are you playing?
I am playing Pierce McIntyre, the occultist of the group, spellcaster. I've got my spells tuned up and mercurial
Tell us
effects.
what you got for your new level. We leveled up at the end of last adventure. So what did you get?
My HP has gone up to a whopping 16 maximum. So it's a lot of HP I'm dealing with now. But the big thing I picked up is a new spell, Armor of Darkness. So I can use it to make myself stealthy or give myself a boost of defense and stuff like that. But the big thing is that when I cast it, I immediately vomit up a pile of like neon green sludge. And anyone who wants to eat some will get to heal a D10, as long as they can pass the will save. If not, they spend the next D4 rounds retching.
Like a baby bird.
Uh-huh.
Chuck is feeding the masses.
Yep.
Chuck rolled his mercurial effects on his spells and got some cool stuff going on.
Did.
All right. Tell us about Scab.
Hi, I'm Scab. I've been told I'm a Tommy Knocker, but I don't really understand what that means. I just know I'm 12 years old and I used to work in a mine and there was a cave in and I've been feeling a little funny ever since. I'm a serial orphan. I've gone through about 5 families, but Mr. McIntyre has done took me in and I'm going to make sure nothing bad happens to him.
All right. And what did you get cool at 4th level?
Mostly I got all the hit points in the world.
All of them.
Pretty much.
And the unspellable Jebediah. Bejebums.
Yes, I'm
Can't even pronounce it, let alone spell it. Go ahead, Joe. Tell us about Jebediah.
Yeah, so I'm Joe. I'm playing Jebediah Bejebums, and he is our gambler. Just leveled up. I don't really get anything fancy for leveling up, but all my things I can do get a little bit stronger. So my mojo die is up to a D5 now, which is nice. My saves are a little better. About it.
Yep, that sounds good. And our Frenchman.
Well, I am Jake, but I'll be portraying Kilian Fauché, who is a French photographer that has become what is known as a calavera. He speaks with spirits and is missing a butt cheek.
Just one, though.
Yeah. It was presumed that he had died, so Scab, had a nibble.
Sorry.
But, things are working out. Things are working out.
Mm-hmm. And a resident gunslinger.
Or something that resembles it, at least.
Actually, I'm sorry. Jacob, did you pick up anything cool for 4th?
More hit points, and that's it. Some better dice to use, but that's about it. Yeah.
Your class is pretty much front-loaded. You can do everything off the bat, really. So,
yeah.
Yep. You just get better at it as you get higher in level. I'm sorry, Daniel. Tell us all about Chance.
He's supposedly a gunslinger, and really out of his level, he got about the same thing. He was going to fail a little less hard, maybe.
Maybe. Really, this whole time, it's your ghost irons really just don't like you.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. They're just like, we'll just miss all
Screw
the time.
This guy. If he dies, we can go to somebody else.
We'll just blow up his hands nonstop.
That's it. And a prize fighter, our luchador of some renown, broken in body but strong of mind. Eddie, what you got?
What is that?
Broken in body and strong of mind and saggy of pants.
Mhm.
He is Ivan, the luchador, searching for, glory and justice and honor and all the righteous things while always keeping an eye out for the one who took his master down, his teacher, his mentor, Esteban, the falling star.
Of course. And I believe that Ivan is pretty much the worst off of the bunch as far as how badly messed up you are.
Yeah, I think I can't remember where I ended up because I think I rolled and messed around with my HP stuff for the levels. So I can't remember how bad off I was, but I want to say I was down to like 6.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was pretty bad.
So here's what's going to happen. You guys are all very beaten up after your win. It's a win. Take your win, damn it. Against the cult that had taken over the town, had taken the poor spirit of your best friend. Best friend to everybody, really, because he was such just an innocuous nothing of a person that you just had to love him. Yeah, Billy Ray. So you freed his spirit. You destroyed the town. Mostly. I mean, there's not a lot left here, honestly. But the cattle were let to go to the great cattle yard in the sky, leaving you guys in a mostly deserted town, but with a very happy barkeep, 2 happy serving ladies that were very grateful for you stepping in and getting rid of the nasty luchador who had taken up residence in the bar. And we're not talking about Eddie here. Pig face, the luchador. You guys are pretty battered, pretty beaten up. And I believe Sister Mary is no wait, I didn't you guys haven't found the healer yet, had you?
Yeah.
We did. She had a foul mouth.
Oh yeah, that shotgun Mary. Yeah. She will she already did what she could for you guys for that particular day. She can try again the next day. And this is important, Ivan, because your rival, the luchador, who you fought to a near standstill in the last match. He was declared the winner, a technical winner, technical only. You feel like you had the heart victory in it. But the Lion is due into town any day now. And you certainly are not fighting fit.
No, I need some
as you are
eggs and
resting
steak
up,
and milk.
given rooms in Crystal Palace, the bar there, to recuperate as best you can before you move along. And you're not exactly sure where to move along now. You've got another page of the Necronomicon. Who's carrying those pages, by the way?
Well, that we decided on anybody. I'll do it if we don't want anybody,
Chance is carrying both pages.
There we go. That seems like a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing will go wrong.
Chance just has increasingly bad nightmares night after night.
It's
like
normal.
Whispering in your brain the whole time, telling you how worthless you are. But hey, maybe that's just you. Maybe it's
all
just
normal.
you.
Chance drinks.
Second day you're there, you rested up what you can. Sister Mary is going to try and do some healing again. I'm going to do a check here. McIntyre, how far down are you? Do you need healing?
Oh, yes, I do very much so. I am at 4 out of 16. Now, Ivan, I would like to throw out there that with the, recent expansion of my arcane knowledge, I believe I might be able to assist you in possibly a more effective manner through the use of science.
Well, I don't know much about science, but if you know what is nutritious and will make me strong,
I do.
I'll be
Sounds
whipping
like
up some.
steroids to me, man. Sounds like he's offering you some anabolics.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to cast Armor of Darkness.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, shit.
Think you lose that for the day, don't you?
Yeah, that's a lost failure.
Yeah.
Does my Mercurial still happen?
Yes.
That's what I
actually,
wanted.
does it say spell failed? If so, then no. I think, does it say spell failed and lost?
It says lost failure.
The lost failure, so no. Mercurial doesn't go up either.
I tried. Yeah, let's go see Sister Mary.
He got you going and then just let you down.
Ivan will just kind of pat him on the side of the shoulder, something like, "Did you do it? Am I strong now?"
I'm
You're
still
always strong.
Give him the mental fake out. Tell him he's the best.
It's the best around, and nobody's ever going to take you down.
Sister Mary comes to visit you, knowing that you're all convalescing. She kicks open McIntyre's door and says, "God dang, but this is a great morning." She shouts as she throws open your the blinds on your windows, letting the piercing sun of the day into your dark, dark room. Your armadillo just curls up in a ball to get away from it. You, however, are not so lucky.
Oh my gosh, this is too bright. Please, too much this early.
Good morning, ma'am. We're so happy to see your bleeping face.
That's true. You probably sleep in the same room. Oh,
I
it's the
say that right?
Abomination. Good to see you, kid. Where's that cat of yours?
Oh, he's here.
Also an abomination. That's all right, though you're evil to the sight of God. I don't mind you at all. And she kind of gives you a little rub on the top of the head. How badly out? Well, you don't really heal from things like that. You got to eat meat, and you had plenty of meat the last time. She goes over to McIntyre and says, "Do you believe, my son?" And she pulls up the cross high so that you have to look up at it. "Do you believe?"
Yes.
And then she takes a shot at your gut when you look up at the cross. "Be healed," as she pummels you in the stomach. Ooh, that's bad.
She just punches you.
Does she deal damage?
It's just a straight up failure. You double over a little bit. And she says, "Well, your faith wasn't strong enough today, I'm afraid. Looks like more bed rest for you.
Okay.
Put some pants on."
Okay. I'm just going to climb into bed, bury myself in the blankets.
She leaves the curtains open. Let's see. Who else was really bad off? So Chance.
I'm at 5 of 21.
Okay. Yeah, she kind of just taps on your door.
Good effing morning.
Well, a merry effing morning to you too. How you doing, Chance? Yeah, leave that shirt off.
Been better. Don't be here to slap the shit out of me.
I came to dress your wounds and see if the Lord might have some healing for you. Such a fine, fine specimen of a man, not a bit of fish in you. No, sirree.
That's the goal.
She does the Mr. Miyagi routine where she slaps her hands together, starts rubbing them real good. She reaches out and grabs the side of your face. Be a little burning sensation.
Ass burning hands. Oops, wrong spell.
Oh man, she's rolling horrible today.
Oh man.
I guess you must have did some sinning last night. The Lord's got nothing for you.
I mean, every night, really, but
sinning.
Sometimes worse than others.
We'll try again next time. She kind of backs out, ogling you. She's going out the door. Eddie. She doesn't even knock on your door. She just kicks it in. She's brought a pint of milk with her and some oatmeal.
Pull my sheets up to cover my nipples.
You haven't properly oiled up yet this morning. I understand. You're not completely ready for the show. That's all right. I brought you some
just going to hide under the sheet slightly and do like a sign of the cross real quick.
I brought you some oatmeal. I brought you some milk. We'll get you some fine beef up here later on. But let's see the wounds. Come on now. Don't be bashful. Mary's seen a lot of things in her time.
I'll start at the feet and lift up because I'm still wearing those Daisy Dukes.
All right.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right. You had to borrow pants.
Grasp your big toe. Gives it a little shake. Oh, hey, she did really well for you. What path are you on? Are you on the path of the righteous?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Give me 3 dice. 3 of your
probably the most important person to actually get healed right now.
Yep.
You don't have 3 of my just normal HD.
Like that, do you? Just straight out damage? No, nothing.
Just
broken?
Damage, yeah.
Okay.
Just my normal HP dice.
Yeah, 3 of them.
Okay. Ooh.
There you go.
It's not terrible. I'll take
The
that.
Lord still got some work for you, Ivan. And then she tickles the bottom of your feet.
Oh, yeah. I definitely, he's laughing and giggling and feeling a little bit better.
The Lord's got some use for good fists out there. You go and fist somebody real good today, Ivan.
Oh, I will, sister. I will.
Okay, so who else was bad off? Like really bad off? Anyone?
I believe I was pretty bad off from an exploding Joe earlier.
Yeah.
All right. Well, she'll knock on your door. Doesn't wait for you to open it. Comes in. She's got some. She's got some surgical wrap. She's got a clean bowl of water. She brought a bottle of wine. Lays it on your table side. Said, "I found this in one of the old broken down stables. Thought you might like it. I hear you folk like your wine. Now I don't know if the Lord's got any blessings for foreigners like yourself, but I harbor no grudge, you filthy foreigner. But I'll try and do what I can for you. But it's all up to the Lord. So don't blame me if no healing's forthcoming." And she just slaps you upside the face. What's your path?
It's walking the line.
Okay, Jason. So you don't have any broken bones. You're not under the effect of any poison or disease or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay, 3 dice.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hey, that's not bad.
All right, there you go. If anyone else just has like niggling injuries, she's not going to waste the holy power on you.
Yeah.
No one else is fine. All right.
I was saved from myself, so I'm not too badly hurt.
Yep. Did you spell burn a bunch of stuff, Pierce? Because you will get back a point for each of your after a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I did.
Single point. All right, there you go. All right. You have some breakfast. You guys are beaten up enough that they bring you breakfast to the room so you don't have to come down. Again, the town's pretty much deserted. Some word's gotten out that things have improved a bit, but there are not many people around. Right now, you're guests of this fine establishment for the things that you've done for them, which does not include palatable food, unfortunately, as their cook has left. So it's mostly oatmeal. Some of it's burnt, but some of it's not. And there's toast.
Those
maybe
are fine.
And eggs. Slightly runny, but eggs.
Not eggs. So, I mean,
since they're giving Pa a place to rest up, I'll volunteer my services as a bus boy, and I'll even play piano for him if they like.
Well, Dollar Annie let you know after she's delivered all the food to everybody that there might be some interesting folks coming in. We've got a stagecoach due in today. They usually bring the mail around. You haven't been here long enough to receive any mail, I don't imagine, but sometimes they bring some nice stuff for the general store. Might be some interesting folk to talk to tonight. I just thought we'd let you know.
That sounds great.
We'll keep an eye out.
You do that. Blows you a kiss. All right. So again, you guys, those of you that are beaten up, probably just rest up, convalesce. Those of you that are a little bit more hale and hardy, anything you want to do today? You still kind of just treading water. You don't know exactly where to go yet. You know that more of these pages are out there in the world, but you've got really no direction.
Oh, that one youngster who was in that a ghost in a crater. I got to lay him to rest. So I'll get out there and help him out.
Yeah, which
I'll
pretty much
travel with him.
You find his broken body and you go and you inter it in some holy earth, which Mary, well, hey, there's a small graveyard beyond the church there. Anything in there is pretty good.
Yeah, so I'll just dig a hole out there and be like, yep, there you go.
Yeah. After you give him a proper burial, he sits through and watches the whole thing. He's like, well, those were some very nice and kind words. Mr.
Fouché, Killian, it does not matter.
Mr. K, those were some nice words, Mr. K. I do appreciate it. I'm going to go up to my heavenly Father and tell him that you Frenchmen aren't so bad.
Don't tell him about Napoleon. He's being kind of a jerk right now. But go ahead. Yes.
All right. So you put him to rest. It takes a little bit of time. Midday, you hear carriage. I'm sorry. Did you want to do something, Scab?
I mean, if there's some time before my services be needing carrying bags, Scab's not the smartest fellow, but he remembers that nice lady what could see things and help let us on our way.
Mm-hmm.
You just grab whatever wildflowers you can and take them up to her. Make sure to tell her thank you for helping us.
Okay. Yeah, no, she appreciates that. Definitely appreciates it. You still have a hard time crossing over onto her barge, but yeah.
You've got all day to get it done now.
Yeah.
Well, if I can't make it through, I'll just like lay him down and wave up.
Just oddly, there's some resistance to the air, as if the air is a little thick as you're trying to push your way on, but you're able to. You're not completely consumed by evil yet.
I'm a good boy.
Right. So she gives you gives you a cinnamon stick and sends you on your way, thanking you kindly for what you've done for Billy Ray and the service that you've done for her. And those that called Billy Ray a friend. So, Jebediah, how about you? You weren't that wounded at all. Of course, there's no one here to ply your trade on. The two people you played cards with the last time have already moved on after the struggle in the bar.
Yeah, I don't really have any targets at the moment, so I guess I'll just kind of sit back and scope out the town, see if anyone's particularly well off, wait for the new stagecoach to come in.
Yeah, there's no one particularly well off. Most of the town is shut down for lack of people living here or customers to. I mean, there's a general goods shop. It's closed most of the day. They seem to only open up on demand. You see some folks go up and knock real loud, and person lives upstairs. He'll come down and unlock, but he doesn't stay open for the most part.
You may just have to play for fun.
He's fixing up his card sharp skills. He's sitting there just shuffling the deck, making sure he can read the backs, things like that. Just keep up with the
I'll be
skills.
doing that, and then I'll make sure. I mean, how far is where we're staying from where the stagecoach drops people off?
Well, you're not exactly sure, as the stagecoach hasn't ran through here since you've been here. There's certainly no stagecoach office that you've seen.
I guess I'll spend my time figuring out where the stagecoach will be, and then try and.
You can just ask the bartender. Usually, they drop them right off here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're the only hotel in town anyway, so this is where people get dropped off. If they need a carriage by, the carriage company that goes through, they just let them know that they need to be picked up and moved along. There's no regular route other than the mail route, which is what's coming today. It's once a week. Sometimes it brings folks, sometimes it doesn't. Always brings the mail, mostly bills and AOL CDs.
No,
they got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
This time, the stagecoach comes in, and those of you that are awake and aware and kind of looking out for it, because it makes a ruckus as it comes in. It's coming in fast. It's coming in hard. It's just a plume of smoke. And riding on the top of the carriage, arms crossed in a buffalo stance, riding the top of the carriage is the Lion. Come to town looking for his match. Wind blowing his hair. He exhorts the carriage driver to faster and faster speeds. They come to a very sudden stop in front of the palace. The momentum the Lion uses to tuck and roll off the top of the carriage, landing on his feet as he strides into the bar, kicking through the doors and yelling out, "1 glass of milk and 1 cowardly Ivan, please. For I am the Lion."
Hey.
You hear his roar of challenge from upstairs.
I roll out of bed. I roll out of bed. I line my gun up. I shoot through the floor.
Wow.
Loud targets are easier to hit.
You're ruining my sleep.
So what do folks do? The barkeep comes around the barkeeper comes around with a long, tall, cold glass of milk. Says, "Here you are, Lion, sir. glad you to come to our small little town. I've noticed that your town seems to have a lack of personages. How am I, the lion, supposed to wrestle with such a limited crowd? Go ahead, Joe.
I was curious. Does he have like an entourage of people with him?
No,
kind of like
just
the other
him.
guy did. Just him.
But some people are starting to. Some very frazzled-looking people are starting to come in. Like there's a few women that are dressed up in like the newest fashions from the West Coast. It's all buttoned up in like silks and brocades, and they look very shaken. They're holding their valises. There's a person that just looks suspiciously like a banker, tall top hat, and nice clothing, but a little shabby and smells of sweat. He's also very shaken up. And the woman goes to the bar to keep and says, "We've had a very trying ride. Could we please have some whiskey?" As they all line up at the bar, and they all see the lion and quickly turn away from him.
I'll have some whiskey too, please.
Chance comes down. Barkeep looks at you and he slides a shot of whiskey to the end of the bar, closest to you as you're coming down the stairs.
I think I'd just be like shuffling and wrapping my cards and then like
Perfect.
seeing if anybody coming in like pays any attention to that.
Okay. The banker actually looks over at you as he's taking little small sips off of his whiskey. He looks your way. He looks away quickly as you meet his eyes, but then he kind of sidles back. His eyes kind of look at you and sees the cards. And he's like, Barkeep, one more whiskey, please. Yeah, thank you. And he takes his little whiskey, which he's still sipping, brings the other one over to you. He's got this very like penguin-like waddle as he comes down. He's like, "Excuse me, sir. I see that you play the finer point of cards. Do you know some euchre, perhaps? Poker? It's all the rage now."
I
Allow me.
just learned it.
He puts with a shaky hand. He puts the little bourbon down in front of you, spills a little bit. I'm very sorry. My nerves are still a bit shot. The ride was quite harrowing. The conductor of our wagon just chose to go at just unreasonable speeds.
That's probably why you made it here, though.
A rousing game of cards would put my mind at ease. I find I very much like the sport, and I don't want to take your time, sir, if you are busy, but I do have some dollars to help ease my nerves.
Oh, sure. And I'll pull my cards out and start dealing them a hand.
If you don't mind, sir, I have a fresh pack. He lays a fresh pack of cards down. Seal hasn't been broken yet.
Of course. I'll kind of dejectedly put my cards away. I want to see if I can do like insight on him and see if he's like kind of playing something up or if he like knows a little bit more about.
He actually bought 100 marked decks and they're all sealed. Opens it up at every game.
You can make a roll. Go ahead.
Okay. Maybe personality.
Personality is more for you interacting. Well, I tell you what, if you're drawing him out with conversation, sure. Okay. If you're trying to learn, watch him, just make some small chit chat to kind of bring him out a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sounds good. All right. He's certainly a card player. You don't think he is like a plant or a shark, but the way that he seems to be looking at everything and analyzing everything, he might be one of these people that got that particular brain where they're capable of counting cards, or are very good with statistics and numbers.
Seems really observant.
Yeah. But just looking at his attire, I mean, it's nice if you were a few feet away, right? It's black. He's got the right tie. He's got the right coat. He's got a nice top hat. But close in, he's been wearing it for a few days. He smells a little bit. The cologne that he's wearing is trying to mask that. So, I mean, he seems to be what he's saying, a banker, not a very from a wealthy bank, So, yeah, he sits down. He's like, "So what's your game? Euchre? Some
yeah, or
Pharaoh's very
what
popular.
I know, I'm me as a person. I don't know too much about these games. Is there a game that would be more chance and that he would have less of an impact on being able to like count and
well, let's say that you name something of that effect.
yeah, that's what I'd be going for.
Something that's more complete luck than anything else.
Yeah.
And it seems like as he's starting to play, he doesn't mind actually putting out money at all. And it does. He stops shaking as he starts looking at the cards. You can see in his eyes he's calculating figures and and it seems to calm him down. Now, while this is going on, the very well-dressed woman that's got like the most current West Coast clothing, this beautiful lavender buckled, just tightened up all the way to the collar, hair really well done. She's got this beautiful hat also in a lavender shade. She looks over and sees Chance coming down, looks around the room, kind of shrugs and walks over to Chance. Well, I see that there are some good points to this very small hotel and town.
I'm gonna look around and be like, there are?
Well, I'm talking about you, honey.
Oh, not too many people say that.
Well,
anywhere.
You seem to be here for at least a day. I mean, to be understood, this is the only place to stay. How do you find it? Have you been here very long?
We've been here for a few days, I think.
A few days. Well, more than enough time to get the idea of this place. Is it a clean place? Do they serve edible food? Can we expect to be treated with the respect that we deserve here?
If your bar is just edible, you've got it.
Oh dear. Well, it seems we have little choice. The mail run was the only carriage we could get to this location, and I'm afraid myself and my banker, he looks over at the man in the suit, shakes her head. We're on our way to a very important date, and well, it seems like we're going to be waiting for the next stagecoach to get through here. Now, we've already made amenities for that, but we are going to have to stay here for the night. I assume you're all kitted up. You've got your gun and everything.
Yeah.
So she puts one dainty finger on it and says, "Is this a dangerous place, sir?"
I mean, it was about 2 days ago, but
I understand. So the law has been through here recently. She
mm,
looks very concerned about this.
not exactly. We got here 3 days ago.
I see. So then by the correlative property, then that would mean that you, sir, are the heroes of the day. You have ran the problems out of town.
Perhaps. Some people might say that.
Well, my bourbon seems to be empty, sir. Would you mind kind of purchasing a shot for a girl? Perhaps we can sit down and talk a bit more.
I'll just wait at the bartender.
He's like, yeah, it's on the tab. Whatever, buddy. Sit down. The lion's still standing in the middle of the room, hands on his hips, looking around, getting increasingly more frustrated. The lion was led to believe that Ivan the bear would be here.
Ivan the bear's been here a long time, and he's done a lot of good waiting on you, you slow yellow-bellied bastard. He took down that big pig bastard while he was waiting on you.
He looks very concerned, and he pulls out his pocket watch and says, "Wait now, son, the lion is not late. He has come properly on time. If Ivan has gotten here early to make a home field advantage, well, more coward he."
Oh, that's just dirty talk on your part. It's not his fault that if you ain't first, you're last. Looks to me like you're last. Talking bad about Ivan after he saved all those people. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
You have confused the lion. You can see in his face that he understands you are speaking logic, but he doesn't quite get it. And he stops and he's like, "The lion must ponder this, child.
Would you like some cinnamon in your milk, sir?
Please?" All right, there's no way that Ivan is not hearing this from upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs, Ivan is just, he's out of bed. He's like desperately looking around for his clean drawers, putting them back on. Yeah. He's
Finding
like
a stick
oiling
of
up
butter.
super fast.
Well, with the laundry clothes, the best they could do was wash your small clothes. They haven't quite been able to get the brown stain out of it, but it's clean, as it's been washed.
Yeah. He'll put them on, kind of take a look in the mirror, and he'll go ahead and put those Daisy Dukes back on over him. But he'll put his boots and stuff on, and,
yes,
and
of
you
course.
know, and the belt.
Yeah, and you're just covered in bandages and poultices they're tied to your arm, the leg. Your face is all swollen.
I assume that there's like little slices of butter under the bandages because, healing properties of butter.
Oh yeah. There's probably something good under there.
It's like Neosporin, but butter.
Yeah. I'll slowly, try and hold myself upright and come down the stairs and, as triumphant a fashion as I can. And he will announce, Ivan will fight you if that is what you want, but you will not be fighting Ivan at his best. And isn't that really what you want?
He looks just completely crestfallen. He stands up on the bar. The lion will not accept such a challenge when his opponent is in such dire states. Come, Ivan, sit and have milk with me with cinnamon.
Ooh, cinnamon. He'll shuffle over real quick, small steps and sit down.
I'm going to run over to the piano and play some dramatic background music for the two of them.
Keystone Cops. Very dramatic.
It's going to be really exciting milk drinking.
Tell me, Ivan, that is your name, not on stage, but you go by Ivan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ivan. The lion would like to know, do you have an acquaintance of a very tall man with a single eye who makes very good pies and carries an amazingly large maul?
It's the giant that came and visited us.
Yeah, in the last town, Scab traded his maul for his shepherd's crook.
So even in his stage whisper, the lion is easily heard through the whole bar establishment. So you guys are all privy to this.
Just as I am clearly perplexed by this because I don't remember the giant at all, Ivan is equally perplexed and doesn't remember the giant at all.
Well,
somebody else would have to step in and say something.
The large one-eyed man must have been mistaken then. He said that a masked hero was to be found amongst his way with an unfortunate child, a man of magic, a gunsmith of some talent, and their entourage.
Hell, that does sound like us. You'll have to forgive me, Lion. I have been hit so many times I cannot remember many things.
My mentor once told me, never lead with your face. It's good words.
This is good advice. Very good advice.
Well, I was told by this mountain of a man with but a single eye, and again, very good pies, to give this, were I to see such heroes about the land.
That's Ivan. He's a real hero. Oh, did the tall guy, did he like lamb?
I believe so.
Yeah, this was his staff. We traded. He was really nice.
Perhaps it is you that I should give this to. And he hands you over to.
I don't have a mask. Ivan's got a mask.
Well, it really doesn't matter to the lion. Just someone please take this from me. I promise.
I will take it. Yes.
And the lion will always keep his promises. He looks at Ivan, including my promise to fight you in the glorious ring when you are better. Only
yes. Yes. And I'll kind of hold out my arm for one of those big kind of bro high
Sunday.
I don't know where that came from, but it sounds kind of nice.
Sunday sounds like the perfect day for glorious wrestling.
Indeed. Let us enjoy our milk until then. He just had Scab an envelope.
All right.
Hand it to
Scab's got
Jacob.
an envelope.
I think Jacob probably knows how to read.
Oh, yeah, I'll take hold of that. Oh, yes. I'm not. I speak English very well, but reading it is kind of Pierce.
I'm still napping upstairs, so you can bring it
Do
to
you
me and I'll
open
read
the
it to
letter,
you.
or do you ask for Pierce before opening the letter?
I'll just slip it under Pierce's door.
Okay, so unopened, slip it under
Yep.
Pierce's door.
How many days is that from now? The fight that they want to do?
Oh, the fight was supposed to be today, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I'm sure with all of the lions yelling, I'm already awake and I see the letter slip under the door, so I'll go read the letter.
Like how there's no faith in Chance to read a letter with his 14 intelligence.
You're smarter
he's
than
getting-
I am.
He's getting faded with a traveling strumpet. So
It's a simple post envelope. It's not gone through the post at all. It just kind of sealed shut. You open it up, and it's a whole bunch of clippings. Some of them not in English. Do you speak any other languages?
No, I don't think so. I don't have any intelligence modifier, so I don't think that would
Okay.
give me any bonus languages.
Right. So some of it you don't understand. Looks French. You've seen some things that your traveling companion has had on him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there are some newspaper cuttings, some from papers here, which you certainly can read, and some look like they come from maybe France or wherever it is they speak French. Who knows? Could all be a mythology.
Canada.
Never having seen France, you're not sure. But the newspaper clippings you can read talk about a flood, like a major storm event that happened. Excuse me. And the major damage was done in an area that contained a place called Tall Shadows, which you quite can't make out if Tall Shadows is referring to the entire plantation or just to the manor home that the plantation was built around. But apparently there was some French family, it's like French aristocracy that came here, set up this plantation. Place was damaged. You're not exactly sure what this has to do with anything. It's just a whole bunch of newspaper clippings.
And
but apparently, according to the things you can read, it's not far from here.
Okay. And of course, I don't have the reference that it came from our giant. So I'll go ahead and get dressed.
Yep.
Head downstairs looking for Killian so he can translate the French parts for us.
And I'll go through those.
Like someone stuck this under my door. I was already awake. But yes.
I believe it's a message from someone who gave it to the lion who gave it to us.
Okay. Well, the place, of course, I don't know what the French part says. It's not too far from here, if I remember correctly.
I'll go through it.
Is my card game still going at this point?
It is. Yeah. I'll have you roll in just a little bit. This will just be the
Okay.
culmination of many hands. And if you win, we'll multiply it out as to what your winnings are and see. But as Fauchard, you look through this. So it is a clipping about a family that left France, the Leroux family, before the events of 1789 there. They departed France for more accommodating climates, which apparently was fairly close to this area. So when the French Revolution erupted and a lot of the country's nobility saw their demise under the sweet kiss of Madame Guillotine, the Leroux family were safely aboard the ship to these shores. It talks about them founding a plantation in a beautiful manor house with the best architects of the time. A place called Tall Shadows. And again, it's not exactly clear if the entire estate was called Tall Shadows or if it was just the manor house itself with that name. But the Leroux were apparently French aristocracy that came here just right before all the bad erupted over there. Goes on to say about all the riches and fortunes that were put into the construction of the manor house. And then you see some of the American clippings where that area where the manor house was subjected to some very fierce weather in the form of raging tornadoes and storms. It doesn't say how badly the manor house and the environs fared, but that they were the most egregiously hit.
The question I'm trying to figure out how out of place this sounds in the territory, the country that we're in. Is it known for like tornadoes and storms like that?
No.
Okay.
Actually, what is your intelligence?
12.
Make me an intelligence check.
Sure. Uh, 19. I did good.
Okay. You do remember the hurricane of 1831. You were crossing the country at the time, but it was like one of the worst storms that hit this region. Totally a freak storm, incredible amount of power, just devastated a lot of stuff. So you do remember the 1831 storm or hurricane.
Okay. Well, I'm downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll gather everyone, share them the information. I believe our business here is concluded. We are on the lookout for more of these pages.
Freakish weather, people with connections, and who knows what secrets they ferreted away from.
Jebediah, let's see how your card game is doing. Go ahead and make me a roll. And if you're cheating, go ahead and apply the modifier for that.
All right, I will.
So you are cheating. Okay.
Yes. So it'll be D20 plus my D5. Yeah, I think it's just that.
A 12. Okay. So that's not a great roll, but he rolled less well. And he's happy to lose money to you. Okay. So in total, you win about $6. Okay. Nothing. Like basically he's wagering $1 each hand. And the more that you're playing, the more that he's relaxing a little bit. Doesn't seem quite so stressed out. He takes off his tie. So basically he loses $6 to you. And after a little bit, he's like, hey, thank you very much. This has much improved my constitution. I do very much appreciate your time. And my card, he lays a card down.
I'll take it from him. I'll say we'll have to play again, give you a chance to win it back.
Oh, maybe so. Maybe so. We're stuck here through the night. I'm hoping for an early carriage, but he looks around. He puts on a white glove and puts his finger over a nearby table and comes back with like, it's sooty, it's black. He's like, given the establishment, I don't think punctuality is something I should be expecting.
No, I wouldn't bet on that.
Yes. It's been a pleasure, Mr.
The Jebediah.
You see that calculating look roll through his eyes, like he's like indexing that name. It's like Jebediah. That is an interesting name. I don't believe I've heard it before. No, not at all. Not at all. As my card says, Alcott Smythe. If you have any estate needs, if he happens to pass away and there is a nasty settlement among the estate, please give me a call or a telegram. I am your barrister. Thank you.
I find myself in those more often than I would like, so I'll keep this in mind.
He thanks you. So we'll say you finish up just as they're discussing the papers.
Okay. Yeah. As you guys are talking about that, I would relay to all of you that Tall Shadow's name is familiar to me. Because so I'd remind everyone, like, hey, remember back in the last town when there's that guy that was knocked unconscious and he was kind of in a coma for a while?
The banker or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, he wasn't a banker. He was like pretending to be some other people. Like he was also a con man. Oh, well, no, he was a con man. I don't know why I said also. But
strange.
He was a banker and
Yeah.
also a con man.
Yes, that's what I meant. Of course. But yeah, he apparently had been trying to do something with this Tall Shadows. Didn't make it very far, but I saw that when rooting through his things. So that's interesting. We've got another little chime in on that. Seems to be an important spot.
Well, that's that. Excellent. I assume we can fight supernatural evil there. Tremendous.
Makes sense. I can make
Might be a
shadows and you
place.
can make shadows too, Pa. We should do it.
Let's do it then.
Did we ever get the name of that giant guy?
Giant McGiantston.
Okay.
Andre.
Ooh.
Oh, was it?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a good name for a giant, I think.
Yeah.
I sometimes
Should've
just call
asked
him really, really big man.
Oh, nice.
The large lad.
Oh, the lion guy said he talked to the giant, right?
Yes, he's over there drinking cinnamon milk, I believe.
I want to ask him if he ever got his name.
Okay, you go over and ask. He's like, oh, no, he was just a very large gentleman with an imposing single eye and the best pies I've had in such a long time. He said that I would run into a group of heroes of very distinguished looks. Yes, yeah, the young one, definitely.
Did he mean distinguished or unique?
The word used was not a word that the lion likes to use in polite company. He looks around.
And Ivan will lean into him and kind of look noddingly at Scab again and just say, he looks very odd, but he has a heart of gold and like a warrior.
He does. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm
Just
still
on the
recovering.
piano.
I spaced out a little bit while you were all talking. What are we getting ready to do?
Have another drink.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, the lady is like, yes, let's have another drink.
This is the lady that's
The very
The banker's wife.
well, not necessarily the
Or-
wife. That's
yeah.
definitely her banker, though.
Yeah.
You boy, yes,
Yes.
with the cat. Is that
His name's Tabby.
Abby? I saw you tickling the ivies earlier. Could you play a jaunty little tune for us?
I'd really like to. Can I get you anything else? I heard you say you wanted drinks. I'll be glad to bring drinks to the table. I'll play music for you. We can make this a nice evening. Good people make the good place more than the place or something.
Sometimes, yes. Let's have a tune, young man.
Yes, ma'am.
lady setting me off. Does my sixth sense pick up anything from her?
From her? Not really. She has an impeccable state of dress, though.
Okay. That must be it.
If Pierce is interested in that sort of thing, she has style.
Oh, okay.
She's way too fancy for us.
That's
Is that
exactly what
what
I
you're
was
getting?
thinking. Like, this lady is too fancy to be so casual with all of this. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be happy to go over and do that.
So you guys basically enjoy an evening. You
Yeah.
talk about it. You probably passed the envelope around, talking about the newspaper headings and such. Given your current situation, Ivan, the lion is taking a rain check on your battle. You will meet in glorious combat when you are both in the peak of physical fitness, and he will cheer you with a glass of milk laced with cinnamon.
As it should.
Fantastic. I will return that cheering and give him a hearty kind of full forearms, handshake sort of thing, bid him safe travel or whatever. And Tell him when we do finally meet for our duel, we must have a proper ring and a proper crowd.
Okay. Yeah. So he will enjoy your company with you that night. The banker and his charge will drink politely with you for a few, but if you don't have any direct questions for them or anything, they're going to turn in, hoping that a stagecoach will arrive early enough in the morning.
Which way is it that you guys are heading?
East.
Which way is it that we're heading?
Also east. You think they have a further trip, though. I mean, according to the news reports, this place that you're looking for is maybe less than a day's ride on a horse. Well, you might be able to take the same and hope that it stops somewhere near.
Just thinking.
Okay. Did you guys want to do anything in the night? I'll give you one more healing check in the morning to try and get you guys up with Mary. She'll try and heal everybody again to get you a little bit on the way. And don't forget that you get a little bit of healing back from just normal rest too. You're not doing complete bed rest because you all are up and moving around, but it is a night's good rest.
That's 1 point.
Yeah. So
Well,
I was looking at the rule. I was reading that up, and it says it's bed rest in a good place is that 2 per level per day.
Yeah, this is not a good place.
Okay, that's fine.
And she doesn't count as like doctor supervision. She's no doctor, but she will try and heal you each day.
What if a good place is a matter of perspective?
No. All manners of perspective.
Is this better than Chance's used to?
I will pull Chance aside.
Weird.
Though,
Chance is
before
the only one who got good rest out of this.
Yeah, go ahead.
before we
Better than the rope I'm used to sleeping on.
Nice. Before we retire for the night, I'm like, Chance, that banker and that lady who was talking to you seem, how should I put this, fishy AF.
Yeah, a little bit.
Why don't tonight you and the Jebediah see if you can sneak into the room and do some snooping?
With them in it?
I trust you to figure it out.
I
think I have a spell that
I
can
trust
help
you to go to jail.
Yes. Come visit me at midnight. I will cast a spell on you, and then you can snoop free of apprehension.
You think that, but I know how I act.
Oh, no, never mind. That's a range of self. I can't help you, but you can do it.
I believe in you.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Can't promise you much.
That's fair.
We can figure out like where their room is and then see if there's anything like structurally wrong with like the walls or something. Maybe there's like a hole or something. We can listen in on them.
I mean, we can just awkwardly listen at the door, or maybe there's a window we can get outside of pretty easily or something. I'm not really all into busting into the room because I know exactly how poorly that will go.
Have they gone to their room yet?
Well, I'm waiting. You tell me if you want to do something with them. If not, they're just going to call it an early night after a few drinks.
In that
Chance
case,
is not the. Well, actually, what is your personality, Chance?
It's 11.
You're not a great talker, so she pours of you fairly
It's like
quickly.
in real life.
I will step outside. I'll step outside, and assuming there's nobody around, I'm going to try to sidestep into the near.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You might be the most adequate for snooping, actually.
Yeah, I believe you got to suspend a point of personality, which is no big deal. You do that.
I had the formula I need to roll written down here. That's 3E.
Yeah, just because bad things might happen, go ahead and roll it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'd say forget it. It doesn't matter. But yeah, go ahead.
But the initial DC I have to pass is 8.
Yes.
And with fewer people around and closer to dark, the DC goes down. So hopefully that would sidestep me into the near. In which case I will just kind of chill out upstairs where all the rooms are and wait for like Miss Lady with the fancy handbag to pass through the hallway, and then follow her into her room unseen.
Okay, that's good. The place looks stunningly the same. Like the on this side of the near here, there's not a lot going on. You don't see any spirits hanging around. You've already pretty much sent the cattle spirits away. You've already laid the young boy to rest that had a tragic end. So things are pretty normal. And you don't see anything special about the lady or her banker. They've got separate rooms. She's definitely treating him like a servant more than anything else, which he seems to be perfectly fine with. Bows to where he goes to the room. So you follow up to the room. Of course, this is in the near. They don't seem to notice you there. What do you want to do?
I'll wait till they go to sleep, then go through Lady What's-Her-Face's stuff.
Okay.
Pop out of the near, just starts rooting
She
around her
has
handbag.
surprisingly small amounts of luggage for someone that is talking about a very long trip. She basically just has a very small valise, which as she sits in her room, opens it up, she has a very small Derringer that was loaded, and she looks at it, just looks it over, lays it down. There is a change of clothes. So you're telling me that Killian is being a pervy eavesdropper as she prepares herself for bed.
It's not so much that, it's that I'm waiting for her handbag to be unattended so that I can possibly steal its
tell
contents.
yourself that.
It's not perversion, it's greed, I'm telling you.
She very carefully puts aside her dress and checks the bedding, decides that it's not good enough. She throws all the bedcloth off, and she pulls out a very sheer a few sheets from her own small valise, lays them out, and sleeps on that instead.
And as she does so, I'll step out of the near to go through her personal
So you wait till
belongings.
she's asleep, I take it.
Yeah.
You should put on one of those sheets she tossed off of there and cut a couple holes in the front for your eyes.
Don't mind me.
I'm the ghost of your husband.
I'm your dead wife.
Let's not bring that back. All right, so that's what you're doing. Anyone else doing anything suspicious or fun or whatever tonight?
Napping.
I feel like Ivan and the Lion would be downstairs drinking themselves full of milk and talking about all their wonderful exploits and newest moves they want to try.
That's how it starts.
Kind of
But then you start talking shop and then talking like, how to get that fan factor up and things like that.
Yep.
How you get
Sometimes I
like
put extra grease right around the chest.
You trade shots of milk long into the night.
I wanted to go over that letter and newspaper clippings and see if there's like a hidden message or some sort of thing. Because you said it's like a bunch of clippings that are arranged all weird, like. So I want to see if there's something that's kind of hidden in it.
Hidden in what? The news clippings?
Yeah, like see if there's some code or something going on with the message.
That is interesting. I'm not going to make you roll for it because there really isn't anything plot wise, although I like that. So you spend some time going through it. Other than the seeming focus on this this family, the LaRue, do you speak more than one language? Do you speak French?
I probably don't speak it very well. I bet he's like been around it a lot and he knows like some
What's your
words
intelligence
enough to
modifier?
get someone to
How
play a
many
game
other
with them.
languages can you possibly speak?
I'm at 8.
Oh, you do not speak French.
Yeah.
You may know a few words here and there, just to, like when
I
you're
imagine
ordering.
he knows enough words to get a French person to play cards with him.
Exactly. So you only get the English clippings or the American English clippings as you're going through them, and they are all from around this area. Again, they speak of the big weather event that just appeared out of nowhere, caused all this damage. The LaRue family is mentioned several times in their how much money the manor cost to build and how they kept the town employed for so long building it. A very intricate design, architecture that hadn't been used here yet. sort of things like that. But you don't find anything really arcane about anything, right? No hidden messages that you can tell.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing like that. So anyone else? Nope.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm just offering to clean up and do things like that. I don't really sleep, so I'll just do whatever manual labor they
I
want.
mean, I know I need rest at the end of the day, so
Yeah. Okay.
Not that I'm doing tonight. Is there like a weaponsmith or anyone in town? I forget
No.
if there was.
No.
Okay. I didn't think
No.
there was.
There is a blacksmith if you need some very basic things done, but he certainly can't work on weapons.
Oh, okay. So one thing I've wanted to do, and I keep forgetting to ask, I want to get the Dimitri knife. I want to get the sides of it like polished as close to a mirror as I possibly can.
Oh no, he can do that for you. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, he's closed now, but you can have it done in the morning or whenever.
there may be some like significant stumbling as probably my primary activity of the night.
Right. Absolutely. Well, let's get the show on the road then. So, Killian, you wait until you hear gentle lady-like snoring coming from the bed before you step back across. Okay.
Yeah. I'll go through I'll go through her luggage, see if there's like any sort of documentation.
Her only
Explaining
luggage
why
is
she's here.
this clutch or valise that she's carrying. It's not very large at all. It's all that she was carrying.
No papers or anything of that sort, letters.
If you open it up and go through it, there's an amazing amount of stuff in there, actually.
Oh,
There's a very small, tiny, very ornate looking puzzle box made of several different kinds of woods. You've seen this sort of thing before in curio shops. You set that aside. There are wads of cash.
I will refrain from taking them.
There's also some paperwork. If you rifle through it just a little bit, they look like bearer bonds for significant amounts.
So papers
and then
with
other than
money
that, some
amounts on them.
small jewelry case, a very nice comb, just other toiletries, stuff like that. But the biggest things are bearer bonds, rolls of cash, and that little intricate puzzle box. Now, let's see how quiet you're being. Do you have any natural ability at stealth and being quiet?
No.
Right. So you're making this with a D10.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This is remember between sessions. We need to do this. Let's figure out what's happening with you first. But you guys get to pick up new skills when you level. So I'm taking it that Scabber's probably picked up the piano.
That's exactly right.
You new proficiencies and things.
Yeah.
I picked up cattle drover, which is the opposite of quiet. I
So
crack
give me
a bullwhip as I sneak
roll.
through her room.
Give me a D10 roll, and let me see what you get.
Ooh, that's not good. 4.
Okay. You hear from the bed as you're rifling through things. While in my time, I have frequently woken up to find Frenchmen in my boudoir. I did not expect it in this town. And you hear like as the cocking of and you look, and the pistol that you saw that she pulled out of her valise is still there, although it's not loaded. But you definitely hear the hammer being drawn back. Another
It's time for the sheet.
I will
tell
hold
me,
up.
is this some special turn down service that I definitely did not request? Or are you perhaps here for other reasons, sir?
To be perfectly honest, there is no law in this town. You are wealthy. I am not. I was hoping to steal from you. I'm willing to leave, however.
Oh, is
Not
that
stealing.
all? What's your personality?
Right now it's 10.
Why don't you peel a few bills off of that roll there and buy yourself something nice? Kindly close the door on your way out.
Thank you for your generosity. I will. And I will I'll take some money and leave.
You help yourself to $20 and step out.
The non-thief successfully thieves.
How is this possible?
Okay.
Guilt
Wow.
fever.
Everybody loves a
amazing.
Frenchman.
That was the exciting thing for the night. As Killian backs out of the room slowly and closes the door, he still
I stumbled
hears
into him on his way out.
the lion and Ivan talking shop downstairs, but it sounds like everyone else has pretty much gone to bed.
Yep.
Okay. Next.
You say the
morning.
banker, actually, you say the banker went to another room?
Yes, different room.
Hmm.
You gonna push it?
No, I got a much better idea. Scab, my good boy, you can turn
Double or
to
nothing.
you can turn to fog, can you not?
Yeah, kind of. I have to think about it in kind of a weird, funny way, but I could.
Never mind then. Never mind. I've already gained enough money today.
Well, I like helping. If there's anything you need, sir, I want to do whatever you
I
need.
want you to find all the papers that banker has and try to memorize as many of them as you can.
Well, there's just one small problem, sir, and I'm real ashamed to admit it.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
I don't.
Never
know.
mind then. Never mind.
I could grab some papers, but I couldn't read them for you, sir. I'm sorry.
You could slip them under the door.
I let you down, sir.
It'll
So
be fine.
stupid.
No, you turn
Stupid.
to fog. You go in. You turn back. You slip some papers under the door, and I'll slip them back, and no one will know anything.
Okay. So I don't have to read?
No, of course not. I would not ask that of you at all.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Except for when I just did, and that just slipped my mind as I have almost died recently. Sorry.
Well, sometimes when you almost die, that does make things feel different. I understand.
You know, you're working so hard for this allowance here, and I'll give him the $20.
I couldn't. I haven't done the job yet.
All right, in that case, I'll hold on to it for you.
Okay.
This is college fun. That's
Yeah.
what everyone's holding on to.
Scab's not going to college. But he will
We'll
turn
all
into
hold
mist.
money onto it like he will someday.
Who go to medical school, for dinner.
Yeah, I'll turn to mist and spend the personality point. Kind of go through the
Somehow we're
cracks of
gonna
the
have a
door.
dead banker in the
So I
morning.
take it Killian directs you to the banker's room. You want to go through the door. He is snoring. Actually, no, he is sitting on top of the sheets, which he has very. Do you know what hospital corners are?
Mm.
Okay, well, it's a particular way to tuck your sheets. It's
Mhm,
very,
mhm.
very
Super
regimented.
meticulous.
He
It's almost
has
like military style. We can
redone
bounce
the
a
sheets
quarter
on the
off it.
bed. Yeah, he is laying on top of them with his hands like this on his chest, laying flat on his back, just silent, like not a snore, not a noise coming from him. He's still wearing the same banker's kind of nice vest. The top hat is off. He's got a bald pate. He's got hair that's very, very nicely combed back with what little he's got left.
Well, I might just sit for a second and watch. Because I don't want to wake him up and ruin everything.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't move at all. You can see his chest rise and fall. He's sleeping, but is very quiet.
All right. Well, I suppose before I change form, I'm going to look for the papers. So look first before I go changing forms.
He's also got a carrying luggage, much larger than the woman's, but surprisingly little baggage for someone who's claiming to be doing a very long trip.
Well, I guess once I think I've found what's most likely to be needed, I'll switch from mist form into shadow form, which lets me have a physical corporeal body, but it's surrounded by the shadows and lets me be a bit sneakier too.
Okay. Okay, well, the first thing you notice is that there is a little lock on his little traveling case. Tiny little lock. You look over to him. The couple of buttons on his vest coat are opened. You can see he's got a watch. He's got like a pocket watch on his side, and he's got like a little set of keys on his side as well.
Oh no.
Got a player buff redeemed here too. So
Oh no. I get a +4 to stealth related rolls, but you know what? Screw it. I've got a 4 intelligence. I'm trying.
yeah, I think that with the buff we've been doing it just a die size up or something, isn't it?
That sounds right.
What is? Yeah, we can do that. You can do that. You can roll with a d20 as well, since you're in a form that is naturally sneaky, and you can take the bonus of the form. So you can do it as if it were trained.
Okay. So
And if you want to use that buff that was just thrown in, you can, but it's up to you. You can save it for something else.
I'll save it. I'll have a total of +5. That seems pretty good. Or do you guys want me to use it?
I mean,
Maybe
plus
not
5
waking-
is solid,
+5 is solid, but waking the banker up is pretty.
especially since he's a vampire.
What's our bonus?
What's
It
that?
just moves the die size up. So if you're rolling a d20, it would be rolling a d24.
Now I'll just roll a d20 +5.
Okay, yeah. Take your bonuses for your form, though.
I will. That's how I get up to +5.
Go for it.
Is that it right there? The 18 here. Oh no, I'm dropped.
You dropped.
I did.
Oh,
I just noticed. I'm like, wait a second. Everybody stopped.
Del
Oh.
froze for a second.
Yeah.
It froze for me too for a moment.
I wasn't paying
Scary.
attention.
Hello?
Hello?
Yep.
Okay, good.
I think Zoom's having issues because every single one of us had.
Yeah.
Okay. I can hear you guys now. Can you hear me all right?
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yep.
I think we're
Okay,
back.
so that was an 18 for Scab.
Mhm.
So yes, you quietly take the keys without them clinking. And you've got the little bitty key that goes into the luggage. Put it in. It's well oiled. Pops open. You find several sheafs of legalese papers. You don't really read though, right? Yeah, you don't
No,
read.
sir.
You have no idea. It's just a very
You see
cramped,
papers.
very small penmanship. You see a checkbook. You've seen people with checkbooks before. Very stylish water ink pen, little thing of fountain ink as well, and this little package of it looks like cloth, but it's rolled into like a just a little roll, and there's some shapes in there. You're not quite sure. Some kind of instruments.
Well, I sure am curious, but I was only asked to get the paper.
Yeah. So
Maybe
there are a
I'll-
lot of papers in here. Are you taking them all?
Yes.
You grab the sheaf of papers.
I'm a sneaky boy, but I'm not a smart boy.
Yeah, there's some toiletries in there too, change of clothes, stuff like that, some cologne, a big bottle, like industrial sized bottle of cologne. What do you do with the bag after you've rifled through it?
Well, I think I'm probably going to close it back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go start pushing the papers underneath the door. And that's
Okay.
about as far as I think I can justify my thought process.
Okay, so Killian, were you waiting outside the door?
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of papers start being pushed through the door. Very tight, cramped, lawyerese speak. What's your intelligence?
12.
Make me a check.
Trained or untrained?
You can do it trained.
I'm the most intelligent person in the party.
You are.
Yeah, I think for this I will actually go
Oh,
get
no.
a chance, assuming he's sober enough to.
Well, you
read.
make the roll first, just to see if you can decipher what's on this page, what's on these pages. It's
13.
good enough. 13.
Not bad.
I mean, yeah, the lawyerese is very heavy, and he writes in such a cramped, small script. But it looks like it's several sheets having to do with estate. Looks like they're negotiating the proceeds of an estate from likely the woman's parents or grandparents that have passed. It's hard to tell exactly, but that's pretty much what you're seeing. It looks like they are traveling back east to acquire an estate from some kin that have passed, as far as you can tell. It's pretty dense. There's a lot of property that goes along with the estate.
Just going through it, do I see any mention of tall shadows by any chance?
Looking for the word specifically. No. Nope, not at all.
Okay, well, I will. I'll kind of whisper underneath the door. Give me one moment. I will be back with the papers, and I'll just kind of like shuffle off
Make
to
me a
go
luck
find. Oh no! Why would I do this? Oh no!
Yep. The man that's on the bed, like you don't even notice at first, Scabs, his eyes open. He still doesn't move at all. And then he just kind of sits up in bed very slowly. So you do that eye roll, like something's wrong or something's been disturbed in the room, and you turn around. You're still in that shadow form, though, right? Okay. And he's sitting up in bed, staring right at you. He looks down, he pulls his pocket watch out, and he looks at you again, and he says, "Oh, little shade, must you continually haunt my nightmares? What I do isn't bad. I help people. I just help people who need my particular inclinations of learning and education. There's no need to keep coming for my soul night after night after night, though you've been less demanding of those before you. Be gone, spirit, be gone." And he just lays back down. This time he like scrunches his eyes closed, like he's forcing himself to not move.
What a lucky turn.
Okay.
Mister, are you okay?
Be gone.
I feel like I should help him, but I also really want to go. I think I'm just going to mist and go through the door.
Okay.
I'm really sorry, sir, but we got to leave right now.
Yeah. Yes. We probably should.
He sat up and he looked at me while I was all shadowy and said I was some sort of shade. And he asked me why I was there for a soul, but I wasn't there for a soul. And he said he was trying to help people, and it really freaked me out. And I really want to go now, sir.
Of course. Here's your $20.
No, I don't want it, sir. I didn't earn it.
Yes, you did. I have these papers.
No, I don't want. No, sir.
Okay. All right. I'll give it to a homeless orphan to do a good deed. Yes.
You're a real good person.
He says to the child to steal.
Okay. So am I taking it that you are taking the papers with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least to give them the chance to look over while he's hopefully distracted enough to not remember this.
All right, Scabs, what did you do with the keys?
I still have them on me.
Okay.
I get too scared.
I think it's only fair. Like, if you give yourself a 4 intelligence, you have to accept the consequences.
So, Killian, you're going downstairs and looking for Chance. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to say Jebediah is in the corner. He's scouring these news articles, maybe even has a magnifying glass out, trying to puzzle out if there's some kind of hidden lore in them. Eddie, Ivan, and the Lion are talking, and the Lion just gives out this big yawn and says, "Well, I have a full day of orphan slaying and wrestling to do tomorrow, so I must bid you well."
Lion, I remember.
Yeah, that's That's him right
I
there.
think as he walks off, Ivan's sitting there a little bit perplexed, like, but he seemed like such a cool guy.
You're going to be hard pressed to find an orphan to push that $20 into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Chances
Scab's not
of
an
the
orphan
power-
anymore. He's been adopted.
It's true.
That's right.
That's true.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. Oh,
He's a
What a
serial
cr-
orphan.
What a close save.
Do we make it to morning?
What are you
We're all
doing with
gonna
Chance?
die.
I'm giving him the legalese papers to see if he can.
Sounds like
suss out
I'm
any
being
further
made to
information.
read.
Yes.
Make me an intelligence check, Chance.
All right. I can't promise you much.
Hey. Well, that's not bad. You get the same thing. I mean, it's a lot of legalese, but someone is inheriting. You're assuming that this Annabelle that's listed on here must be the woman. This must be her banker or lawyer or something. And they're going to collect an estate back east, California way.
Say the name of who the estate is.
Yeah, you get some names. It just doesn't mean anything to you.
All right.
But it's
Can I
dense.
take a
There's a
look at
lot
it
of
as
property
well?
involved. There's a lot of. It looks like there's more than one sibling. It's contested. It seems like this Annabelle is pushing her legitimate stake against her other siblings as being the eldest, inheritable, etc. There's a lot of laws stated saying like, well, if there's no male heir apparent, then it goes to the oldest female unmarried, etc., etc. So there's a lot of this legal stuff back and forth in here.
I blame the alcohol for my reading skills. Nobody said there'd be reading tonight.
Can I also take a look at this?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Man, there was a point to the plot tonight, but that's okay. Keep going.
These people are fishy.
Oh my gosh.
You forgot how to
Jebediah,
read.
you see all kinds of hidden messages in these documents. This is obviously an occultist arcane tome disguised as legalese.
I knew there was something bad about this.
You were convinced of this.
I don't trust law.
Well, I don't know what we're going to do with these papers, but
I can put them back.
I'm not going back. That's for sure.
Yeah, okay, you go ahead and give them back. Just avoid the vampire, maybe?
I don't know. Oh, he had some weird bandages that were all wrapped up with trinkets too.
Huh.
Well,
Okay.
people are peculiar in this day and age.
Was it just these papers?
Yes. Not knowing about the keys as I do.
Gabber's
All
probably
right.
still clutching the keys in his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was everything. Yeah, agreed. He's probably still just clutching. He's like shaking a little bit.
gonna need the
I'll, like,
keys as you're like
Pitch
pulling
those
them
out of his hand. All right. And then I'll attempt to stealth in there. It's non-violent crime, so I get to
Well,
roll
the first
a
thing you got to do
Right.
is pick the lock on the door.
Okay.
It's trained for you, and I think you get a bonus on top of that for your special skills.
Yes. I think it's just this. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna burn some luck on that.
What did you roll? I don't even see the roll.
Rolled a 3 on a
He rolled
D24.
a 3.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Just kicks the door in.
Yeah, I'm not going with that.
Oh. Oh no.
Okay, let's say 12.
Okay, a 12. A 10 is all you needed to actually pick the lock. These are not phenomenal locks. So you pick it. Now, the question is how quiet you're going to be. So as you stealth into the room, you open the door, try to keep as little light as possible to come into the room. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll. Since you are kind of a rapscallion kind of person, you rolled a 3 again.
Do better.
Oh my gosh. Please.
What in the
much
world?
better.
I'm gonna roll another d24 just to see if it only rolls threes. Okay.
Of
no,
course
it doesn't.
not.
All right.
Uh-huh. The
So
one
a
that does
3.
count.
Is that
But
what you're
The
going to go
next
with? Or are you
one
going
will
to
be
spend
3,
some luck?
though.
Yeah. Do we have like any rerolls or anything?
I don't think
Think
so.
so.
Not that I know of.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna burn some luck then.
Okay, so you got a base 3.
Another 12. Yeah.
More.
How?
Okay, are you satisfied with that?
14.
I'm happy with the 14.
14. Okay, well, you earned it by burning all that luck. You stealth in. He's just laying straight as a plank on this very neat bed. You see his chest rise and fall, but doesn't make a sound. You go over. Scabs, you didn't give him the keys, right?
I took them from his hand.
You did take them. Okay, so then you've got
Yeah.
the key to the lock, and you slide the papers back inside, and then you see what Scab was talking about. There's a cloth wrapped bundle that seems to have some implements in it.
Does it look like they're metal and they'd be noisy if I were to unwrap it?
It looks like there's a bunch of small things in it. You know, until you pick it up and move it around, you have no idea what they are or what they're.
It's his lock picking set.
I do want to check it out.
You do. Okay, I'm going to keep the same roll you got. So you unwrap it as quietly as you can, and there's a bunch of tiny instruments inside. They're small chisels, they're pliers, they're metal rods with mirrors on the ends of them. Lots of pry bars and like sharp sticking things. Make me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Oh, it's my torture starter set.
Well, those are the first two things you think of: is it's a torture set or he's a dentist. Could be either. Could be either.
Maybe-
I see no
Scary.
difference.
Is it like watchmaker tools?
They're finely crafted tools. You can tell that they're very precision tools. No, they're not. You don't see things like screwdrivers though.
Okay.
These things are made to chip and crack and pry, and little mirrors on the ends of small metal poles.
Oh, I wonder
Again,
if
the
they're
first
like,
that you think of like a dentist set, or maybe it's torture gear. Hard to tell.
like gemstone tools, maybe.
No, definitely not. Like there's no jeweler's loop in there, nothing like that.
Okay. I don't know then. I'll bundle back up and put them back inside.
Okay.
I'll make a note of it and relay that to everyone else and see if they know what that is, but I'll put everything back.
You sneak out. All right. So are we
I make
wrapping up
notes
the
to
night, or do you
relock the
guys want
door.
to do something else? Okay. Chance is asleep.
Mhm.
Yeah, everyone's asleep. So early in the morning, Mary comes by, tries to heal some folks. Who still needs healing? Chuck, you
I
need
do.
healing? All right. Remember, you did get 1 point of each of your ability that you burned back, one for each.
Yep.
18's pretty good.
Nice.
What path are you on?
I'm walking the line.
You're walking the line. 18. You still get back 2 dice.
Okay.
All right. Chance. She gives you one more
Yep.
round of healing before you head out. 10. No more healing for you.
Of course not.
The Lord just does
7
not
is as
like
good
you.
as it's getting.
Ivan. The Lord loves Ivan today. Ivan gets back 3 dice.
Nice.
Fantastic.
My God.
No.
Well, he loves me, just not that much.
See what happens when you stay
Maybe
up
he
all
likes
night
you.
drinking milk. It's a terrible sin against God.
It's sloth. That's what it is. It's sloth. You got lazy.
Exactly. Shortly after Mary's visit, was anybody else needing?
I could use
anything?
some.
I recover 2 luck per level. I thought it was just 2.
Per level. Yeah.
Cool.
So I'll take that as okay. Mary bids you, and says, yeah. This is
I
the
could
healing
use
you
a-
get for the day.
Oh, I could use a bit of healing.
Oh, you need some healing too. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Here you go. Oh, look at that. 3 dice.
Nice.
Outstanding.
She tells each of you, though, that a carriage arrived early in the morning. She saw it as she was coming up. It looks like one of those fancy hired carriages. Just pulled up outside awfully early. Sun was just coming up.
Did people
Already
get off of
leave?
it, or did people get on?
Nope, just there's the driver is just sitting on the buckboard like he's waiting.
You know what?
That's all.
I don't know who that carriage is for, but we could certainly say it's us.
It's
Absolutely.
probably for the banker and that lady. Didn't they say
I
they
know
were
exactly
trying
who
to get in
the
that
carriage was for, but
Let's just go.
Agreed.
Now, by the time you do get dressed up and finish with Sister Mary, the lady is all dressed up again. The same very elegant wear she had the night before. She's taken time to clean it, though, and you don't know exactly where she got a bath because you certainly haven't seen one since you've been here, but she seems very fresh. The banker seems a little bit fidgety. Seems to be maybe his normal baseline. They come out, and they're heading for the carriage about the same time you're heading for the carriage.
oh, good morning. You?
Would you like any help with your
Smooth.
bags?
She looks right at Killian, gives him just a little playful wink. It says, "Well, I see that all of you must have had a very, very good evening to be up so early. You also abstained from the breakfast from this good restaurant, I take it.
Yeah, the breakfast just is so good.
no.
I can't have another bite.
You seem to have been heading towards our carriage. Are you in need of a ride?
Very much so.
Where are you headed? We're going for a fairly long trip. The carriage will stop in multiple towns, but we can certainly help you along your way. Driver, is there enough room for this many?
5 plus a child.
There's an extra cost, and it's fine. I'll cover it.
And I'll tell her we're going, whatever. I forget the name of the place.
Not that far, right?
Yeah, she's like, I don't. The driver's like, well, there's no place to stop there, but I can drop you off within a mile of it.
That works.
That works.
Well, get on board then.
How
Luggage.
far would it be to travel? If we're dropped off in the middle of nowhere, how far would it be to travel to like the next town then?
Hey, he said it's only a mile till the place we're going.
I assume we're being dropped off in a town.
No, you're not. You're being dropped off.
We're just being dropped off. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, there's no town there. There's a old manor house and a plantation out that way. As close as I can get. There's swampland out there. I can't take this carriage any closer, but it's a mile. You can walk there in a mile. Closest town, afraid that's about an 8-mile hike out of there.
Ouch. Yeah. Well, there's just me and my dusty self. So
And this will be the closest town you'd be coming back to.
Okay.
Are there any like horses or anything in this town for us to?
You saw some horses around, whether or not they're for sale. You don't know, but you saw some horses around.
I'm fine with the carriage. I mean,
The carriage is fine.
That's very kind. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I only wish you would be traveling further along my way. There is safety in numbers after all, but please. She opens the carriage door. Just gather on.
Do we,
We're
Luggage,
excellent
anyone?
Maybe we
security,
wanna-
ma'am.
what if we get dropped at the nearest town past it and then get like horses and things?
isn't that
I don't
further
wanna
away
do too
than
much-
where we're at now?
yeah, that's further away than the distance we are from the place now.
Yeah.
We saved a train from demons once.
I don't want to do a whole lot of trekking on foot. That's all.
It's fine. We'll find some horses or some crocodiles or something and ride them back.
Ivan will just pick up Jebediah and load him into the carriage.
Ivan is the horse.
Let's go, little one.
It's a plantation. They probably have horses to purchase anyway,
That's fair.
unless they were killed in the flood.
That's also fair.
Okay.
Were we
guys
under the
board.
impression there was like still people there, or is it abandoned?
You have no
as far
idea.
as we know?
These are old news articles. And there's nothing
okay.
explicitly saying that the manor or the environs were completely razed to the ground or anything. It just said significant damage was done, not that it was completely destroyed.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you're off. There is some minor chit chat. The banker is looking out of the windows a little bit. He's looking a little haunted today. Doesn't look like he got great sleep. He looks around. He stares at Scabbards overly long, but goes back to looking out a window. Scabbards is studiously not looking him in the eyes.
I'm just going to pet my cat non-suspiciously as I avoid eye contact blatantly.
The woman,
I think,
Annabelle, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think I'm going to try and like drum up conversation to try and fish for what those tools were in his things.
Well, how do you bring that up? Without admitting that you've looked into his valise.
Yeah, I picture bringing it up and like saying like, oh, we're on the road for a little bit. Might as well like chit chat and like, do you do anything other than banking? You know, like most people have other hobbies.
Give me a personality check.
11. I'll burn a luck on that too.
Okay.
14.
I do a bit of modeling with bones. Scrimshaw, it's called.
I haven't heard about that. What's
it is an art that I brought back from my my tours outside of these shores. It's a lot of intricacy, and it requires a very steady hand and a lot of focus.
I've heard of Scrimshaw before. It is quite impressive.
Oh, would you like to see one of my pieces?
I would love to.
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out this little silk wrapped bundle, and he opens it up his hands and he hands the whole thing over to you. It's a chain of elephants. It's probably a mom, a dad, and a little baby elephant, all intertwined, all carved from a tusk.
That's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, I'm impressed.
It's very small. It's a couple of inches long.
Yeah.
It's very intricate. He's hollowed out the inside, so like you can see, a lot of detail. You can even see the little whorls in the elephant skin, the little wrinkles. It's a fantastic job.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I tell him so. Like, this is very impressive.
You have a particular talent, a sixth sense about things. So yes, it is quite intricate. It also tingles in your hand.
So my new acquaintance. I have a particular set of skills.
Where's my daughter?
Dealing with some of the arcane arts, and your Scrimshaw here definitely resonates. Is there something
I've
more?
been told I do very powerful pieces. And people have told me I have no such talent myself. I'm afraid I just have a flair for the very intricate and detailed.
Okay, well, you were tapping into some lost arcane ability in your carvings. Do you mind if I study this for a little bit, see if I can make heads or tails? I will be extremely gentle with it. This is, in fact, a piece of fine art if I've ever seen one.
Ooh, okay.
Right. See if that was an honest response.
Yes.
All right.
Basically trying to tell if he's lying. No, he's very earnest about it.
Okay.
Then I will gladly return it to you before we leave ways. I wouldn't want to.
Oh yes, it's my yeoman effort. It's my masterpiece to show to. We'll be arriving in a much larger city very soon. You see, and others that share my passion for Scrimshaw. I will be showing it off and perhaps making a small name for myself.
I don't see how you could not make a name for yourself with.
Yes, be very, very careful with it.
I will be extremely careful.
I gotta ask, like, you guys are traveling like a long way, but you don't seem to have a whole lot on you.
It was a spur of the moment, and you see that she kind of looks over the banker you see the icy eyes. Oh, I am speaking out of place. It is not my business to discuss. Nor is it polite to ask.
Yeah, I'll just study this thing, see if I can figure out what it is that's catching my magical attention.
All right. Give me a roll.
Yeah.
Doing a bad job of striking up a conversation.
Okay. Do good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I get a boon.
That's very good. Okay,
Nice.
Chuck.
as good as you can.
You your eyes kind of trace the very intricate detailing. It's kind of drawing your mind in. And you find yourself, while still in this carriage holding this intricate piece of scrimshaw, you are inside of it, as if it were a place, as if it were a destination you could go. And what you're able to glean from this is this thing, whether he intended it or not, is able to contain a spell. You can cast a spell into it and save it for later. It doesn't have anything in it currently.
That's amazing. If I cast a spell into this, he'll super notice it, right? I'm sitting right next to him in my...
Well, it depends on what your mercurial
they're all very,
on the spells are.
very
if they're all
noticeable.
way obvious, then yes, absolutely.
They all...
He
Okay.
starts puking green crap into it.
I will just explain to him what I've learned from it. Like, this is a magical battery of sorts. If you get someone trained in the arcane skills, you can store a spell in it and recall it at a later time. It's quite amazing.
That's remarkable. I've no such talent in such things myself. That's remarkable to know. I have to be very bald in asking this, I'm afraid, but you're not some flim-flam man, are you? You're not trying to say this to get on my good persuasion to
I am not. If we can convince the driver to pull over, I'll gladly put a spell in it for you.
and she, again, the icy stare. We're on a timetable, I'm afraid. I very much would have liked to see that, but no. My employer is in great need of speed, I'm afraid.
Yes.
Perhaps when we stop to, disembark, we could do it then.
If we've got a burlap sack, I could just hold it in front of you, sir. Dad.
Well, the spell that I think would do them the most good here. Yes, a bag wouldn't do. Giant swan wings would burst out of the ground, and I would turn into a cactus man.
Do you sell these?
Oh, I'm, as I said, I'm still very much an amateur. I'm hoping to make a small name for myself. This is my first major effort here. I have smaller efforts, very simpler things. The ivory, is harder to get these days. Very, very hard to
Right.
get.
Are you trying to sell this one here?
Oh, no. As I said, I want to present it. I want to present it to my peers, and to be acknowledged for my art. Yes, acknowledged for my art.
I mean, I can't lie. I would love to have this, but I would never ask because I don't want to deprive you of making your name when you get to your destination. So if I ever come across you again and you have more of these, I would be honored if you would sell me one.
Oh, perhaps after our journey is through and I've been released from service, that would be excellent. My card.
I will take his card gladly.
Nice.
Could you tell us where we might
Finely
find
starched and rigid card. Oh, what was that, Daniel?
if you could tell us where we might find you if things work out?
Oh, well, we will be sometime on the East Coast, California. I believe is our destination. Very far from here. Many weeks travel.
You have a place in California? Like, I imagine we can't just show up in California and ask for like a fancy lady and a
San
banker.
Francisco.
Okay.
Oh,
Maybe we
and my agency on the card has a place there. They can get in touch with me, of course.
Very good. Well, yes, if we make it that way, yes, I will definitely wish to be a patron and purchase some of
Anyone
these.
watching the lady, she just rolling her eyes over this.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, the carriage stops, and the driver calls down, "Oi, this is your stop, boys." And then he points, "Swamps that away, so's the manor house."
I mean, if we're stopping
And
here
which way was
anyways,
the town?
There's no
The
town.
closest town's where we came from.
Oh,
Points back. The next town's up
all right.
ahead. Good 2 days travel by foot.
I mean, if you wanted to do that thing you're talking about, Dad, we are stopped.
It all depends on the lady. If she has the time to allow me to.
Oh, very well. I could use a stretch of my legs anyway. Go along. Play with your new friends.
Nice.
Ivan will offer to help her down out of the carriage and keep an eye on her to make sure she stays safe. Don't want anything to happen to the lady.
What's your personality? Actually, roll me
My
your fame
personality's
first.
12.
Roll me your fame first. She might know you.
/D. And it has to be under or over?
Yes, under.
Under. That is way under.
Okay.
I'm at 55% right now.
Oh, in this light, I'm sorry. She actually gets a little red in the face and she pulls out a fan and she's fanning herself. Ivan?
Yes, man.
I
Ivan.
caught one of your matches, Denver City. Oh, years ago. I see you've kept your figure. Steps off and
she'll pose and kind of.
Yep. Little fangirly, but it's amazing. Like, she wants to know like the intricacies of certain holds you were using and what the sound of a man's skeleton sounds like as you snap the bones beneath you.
Oh, he will tell her everything she wants to know.
All right, Chuck, go ahead and cast your spell. So what will happen is the spell that you cast into it, whatever your roll is, if it is successful. If it's not successful, it just fails to happen. If it is successful, anyone can release the spell from that item at the level you cast it at.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Does cost a point of presence, though. You failed to cast it.
Dude, what can we do with a boon real quick? Is that a reroll?
You can reroll.
I'm going to
everything but a fumble. Yeah.
use the boon.
Yeah, man.
Go for it.
Oh, that's not going to pass. No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
I try.
Okay. And he says,
I'm really do my magic cards count as spells?
No.
Darn it.
But you can spend
Thank
luck to
God.
help allies, can't you?
Yeah,
Oh.
he can spend his luck on behalf of other people. That's something
I
any
can?
class does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If-
For sure. I'll burn 2.
Yes. Let me get that PDF. Because this is the only DCC spell I have.
So that turns into
18.
an 18, which is pretty awesome.
That's pretty good. That should go off at least.
So what does an 18 give you?
I'm looking that up. 18. So this is sleep. And up to 3 targets within range must save or fall asleep for D4 hours.
Okay. Nice. Do you tell them that's what you put into it?
Yeah, I'll tell them. Like, yeah,
Okay.
point it
You
at
can tell
someone.
them how to release it too.
Yeah.
Basically, it costs a personality point to release it from the figurine. But
Yeah. I'll fully explain it. Yeah.
I have often found that during some of my lectures, many people will fall asleep as well. I mean, it's not a new thing. But
Well.
thank you. Thank you.
But what's your mercurial effect for that?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. That's
To
where
lend
the-
some credibility to your magic ways.
Okay. Yeah. I acquire the attributes of a common desert cactus. My skin turns rubbery green as thousands of needles sprout from head to toe. I do get a
Great.
+2 bonus to AC. And in melee, my unarmed attacks deal a d8 damage.
Oh, wow.
And the following round, the target must spend their round plucking needles from their skin or suffer -1 to all rolls. And I can be milked if anyone's down HP.
I am, but I don't know that I'm that down HP.
Nope.
It's okay.
How long
I'll
does that
help.
last?
I'll do the milking for you, sir.
It lasts for d6 rounds.
Okay. That is more astounding than you casting the sleep into the artifact, though.
Okay.
It's like he's like a little kid. He's like, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I'm counting on you.
As Scab starts milking your little.
It actually, I pull a knife out and I cut a small hole in my trunk and get a vial and collect it. And I will hand it to Jebediah.
Okay.
There you go. Down the hatch.
Oh, I didn't need it. And I.
Killian,
someone
drink
else?
this.
It's Pierce Sap.
Ivan?
So as Ivan is walking back, and this will come into play here in a second, but as Ivan is walking back, if the lady will permit him, he will carry her on one shoulder while flexing the other arm, almost like he's carrying a queen or something like that.
Of
back to the
course.
carriage.
Of course.
But as he's approaching, he sees somebody holding a vial of something that looks white and milky, and he goes, "Oh, is that milk?"
It is. It's all yours.
Oh, yeah.
When he gets to the carriage, he'll calmly let her down on the step of the carriage. He'll do a backflip for flourish, of course, and then he'll kind of bow to her graciously and say, "My lady, I will look for you in every crowd I service."
It is, excuse me. It is customary in olden times for a fighter, for a woman's honor, to carry a symbol of her pledge. And she takes this like scarf that she had very like fluffed up around her neck and unravels it, ties it around Ivan's neck. "You, sir, have my favor." It smells like lavender.
Chance has returned to his usual levels of disappointment.
Anyway, Ivan, drink this. Oh, you're muted.
You're muted there.
Eddie, you're muted.
You're
Eddie,
so
still
muted, Eddie.
muted.
You're still muted.
Oh, yeah. He'll grab it and yell out, "A toast to my new favor," and then he'll down it and kind of.
It's warm. Tastes a little bit like celery, but it does heal you for D4.
This is
It's a little
very
bit like
old milk.
Pierce.
This milk is sweaty.
Yes, it is.
All right. So after all of this, you guys are basically left deserted, in the middle of nowhere, telling you the swamps are that way. And we'll end the night at the start of the adventure.
Just
Oh, jeez.
just curious, what color is my new neckerchief?
It is like a silken white,
Ooh,
So
kind of a
we
lustrous
invested-
white.
We invested far too much time in the company.
Nonsense. We invested the right amount of time.
Exactly. Pierce might have made the acquaintance of an artificer that he can.
I believe.
All right.
I smell like lavender
We
now,
saved you prep
which
time.
is better than I smelled last time.
It is. Wow. So I've got all this prep I can use for next game, which is awesome. But that was fun. That was fun.
Welcome to us, Bert. We just throw everything off the rails.
That's fine. It's fine.
But what will happen is that next time we'll blow through everything you have prepped in like 10
God,
minutes.
That has happened to me.
Could be.
Oh God!
We found out that Killian is a perv.
No, he's not perverted. He's normal
on top
for a
of that.
Frenchman.
Just a thief as well.
Normal for a
It's
Frenchman.
normal for a Frenchman.
We confirmed that he's French.
Okay.
Have you seen Pepe Le Pew?
We found out that Scab can be, frightened to death of very particular business people. Just frightens them to death. Just outright terrified of them. Jebediah has no problems taking money from folks.
I think we knew that already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chance can't get a break. Ivan is well known yet impotent, and and we can milk Pierce. We learned that today too. Pierce can be milked.
I've got so many bodily fluids you all can drink to get healed.
Out of all the things we wanted to learn today, that was probably not.
That wasn't high on the list. No.
That was on the reverse side of it.
I was not sure about that. Not sure at all. All right, guys, let's go ahead and please end it there.
Let's escape.
Chuck, go ahead, make your announcements. What's going on?
Yeah, you can usually find myself and everyone here hanging out over on twitch.tv/Defenders of Cobalt. Wednesdays, we're running an Alien campaign. Fridays, we've got our own DCC campaign called Dead Sun. And what do we got? You also find me over on the Grim and Perilous Plays channel. I don't even know what we're doing over there anymore. Like, we just wrapped up all our campaigns. I think in 2 weeks, or no, next Saturday, we're going to be playing some Tiny Dungeon. And today we kicked off a new campaign of Tales from the Loop, which will be a YouTube exclusive.
Ooh, exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Applying the YouTube these days. Always good. Anyone else? I hear there's a Patreon out there. Not an OnlyFans. Chuck hasn't started his OnlyFeet page yet. Not yet. It's coming.
I mean, Chuck's feet are amazing. Yeah, you could always check out Aaron Reese on Patreon if you want to find some comics, some RPG assets, some maps, and things like that.
Good stuff. Anyone else? You're all official Kobold, so that's it. So back to me. Well, you can check out my channel, twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. We stream on Tuesdays, Fridays, alternating Saturdays, alternating Sundays. We play all kinds of good stuff, but our podcast, Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com, has been running for over 13 years worth of all kinds of RPG goodness that you will also feel sorry for what are listening to. But you'll have fun. You may regret your life choices, but you'll have fun. Having said that, goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye, everyone.